Have you been trying to lose weight? Have you found that you're lacking motivation? Have you found that you would like to have motivation, you'd like to make lifestyle changes, but something's coming in the way? I'm glad to have Natalia with me, an expert in health coaching, life coaching, particularly in the sphere of yoga, meditation, breathing exercises, Reiki, who can guide us in how we can find that motivation. So Natalia, great to have you here. If you could start with an introduction of yourself and your expertise.
Pleasure to be here, Sapan, and nice to see you all. Yeah, I'm Natalia. I have been for a very long time working with entrepreneurs, with leaders in companies, been an entrepreneur myself, having a chocolate factory production before, and funny enough, moved from energizing people by sugar and chocolate to energizing them by their inner resource, their energy, and have the healthy lifestyle so they can perform at their optimal, feel at their optimal, and be at their optimal. Be well to do well. So I'm very passionate about the topic. I'm happy to be here.
Natalia, you're based in Barcelona, Spain, I understand. If you just tell us a bit more about your company and what it's doing and the reach of the company, whether you're dealing with global audiences or just in Spain, if you just describe that as well.
Certainly, thank you. Well, my path to Spain was also a long one because I originally come from Moscow, Russia, and for the past 28 years I lived in many different countries, including US, Holland, Belgium, clearly Spain and Germany. So currently I'm based in Barcelona. I love it completely, gives me a lot of energy. That's why I'm here. It's all about energy. My company is helping leaders and people, entrepreneurs and companies to support their wellness, their optimal health and performance. So it's all about individual wellness and corporate wellness. And I'm very passionate about it. And how we do it is by different ways through coaching, therapy, mindfulness practices. I am a professional coach in well-being and performance, energy leadership, hence I was talking about energy before, Reiki healing practitioner, so extra gifts there, yoga trainer, breath work, and a recent graduate from Harvard Medical School, just like yourself, focusing on nutrition and well-being.
Yeah, so for those people who don't know, we are both Harvard alumni now. We're together on the certificate program at Harvard for nutrition, health, and wellness. That's how we've met and that's how we are connecting. So Natalia, let's talk about motivation. When people are trying to lose weight, a lot of people know what to do. They've seen YouTube videos, they've read books, they've interacted with people, they know exactly what to do, but they can't find that motivation within them to make those changes. How would you suggest those people should go about trying to find that inner motivation?
Certainly. Very good question. And we can have motivation for a minute and lose it the minute after. And you rightly said, everybody knows everything. It's written in the internet. Google knows best. You've seen it all. And you've probably done this before, right? So coming back to it, it's really important to understand why. What is your why? Why is it important for you to lose weight? Why? Is it just to look better? Is it to feel better? Is it because everyone else is doing it? Is it because it's important for health, but you just can't do it? So understanding what is that intrinsic motivation, your big why, and most importantly as well, imagine how you're going to feel like on the other side. Just really close your eyes and physically imagine, mentally imagine, emotionally, how do you feel like, how do you look like, how do you feel like on the other side as it was already happening, as you've already been there. And once you get that state, that feeling, that's a completely different state energetically, and the motivation raises as well. So it's not like I have to, because if we come from the place of have and should, it doesn't really work, you know that. So we need to get to the want. I want to, I get to do it, and not I have to and I should do it. It doesn't work. Different energy, therefore different level of motivation, and therefore different result.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Almost comes down to that concept of manifestation, doesn't it? That if you manifest something, you can do it. But if you just beat yourself up and feel negative about it, then there's very less chance about
Yeah,
you doing it. How do you feel about manifestation?
I love it. I mean, it's all about raising your energy to the place of where you want to be. It's everybody talks about the law of attraction, this, call it the law of energy. You have the power within, so raise yourself to the place where you actually want to be. Act as if, as if you're already there, not fake it till you make it, but act as if you're already there. And when you are already there, you have a completely different energy, completely different motivation. And another part is, don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. It's such a big energy motivation killer. I haven't done that. I should have done that. I didn't exercise enough. I ate this piece of chocolate or whatever else that could be, plenty of other stuff. No judgment, because judgment itself drops us right down, and from there it's very hard to climb up.
Yeah, yeah. One thing which also pulls patients down often is addictions. When we talk about addictions, we often talk about cocaine or heroin or smoking or cigarettes, but not realizing that a lot of these ultra processed foods, which people are having, all these sweet things, these ultra processed refined grains and sugars, designed by these factories, are designed to be addictive. And often, because they're calorie dense, they don't provide satiety, they don't help your gut microbiome in various ways. They come in the way of people achieving weight loss, but those people are genuinely addicted to these foods. So how would you advise people mentally to break free from these types of addictions?
Thank you for the question. Yeah, addictions are very heavy, and then we not just talk about alcohol or tobacco or drugs. I mean, being addicted to sugar or anything that we know technically doesn't serve us well is an addiction. Constantly be around people and wanting to please others is also an addiction. So in that case, well, in the case of the people finding healthy boundaries and see what serves us better is important. Same for food, really. But again, we know all of it, but we need to bring ourselves to do it. Thing is with addictions is that there's a fundamental emotional, psychological need. It's not just physical, right? And in case of addictions, there's actually 3 addictions. It's the physical, the mental, and the psychological. So it is important to, point one, a part of working with a nutritionist like yourself and the doctor, to really work with the therapist, depending on how deep the pain goes. Because addictions, it can be a simple thing like sugar or drinking a glass of wine in the evening, but if we actually look deep down, what is it covering up? What is the pain that we have, that we are trying to cover up and reward ourselves for? So it is a reward or a pain killer mechanism, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's the same like addiction to the phones, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We get the dopamine. Where else can we get that dopamine? Where else can we get that reward if not in the sugars and high palatable foods like, salty snacks and all of that stuff, basically the junk food and the SAD diet, the SAD American diet thing. So what could be the substitutes that give us the energy, the joy, the pleasure that is healthier for us? Because any addict, and we can also go deep into traumas, right? And therefore I mentioned the seeking of the psychologist or psychiatrist, depending how deep it goes. Deep inside would be open to have a healthy substitute to whatever is going on, right? And so finding those healthy substitutes, healthy reward systems, instead of the unhealthy ones, is something that one can work with an expert like yourself or myself if it goes deeper into the mental stuff.
Yeah, that is such an amazing way to put it. The fact that it's not as simple as saying to someone, stop doing this and do this instead. We have to go deeper